What is up, y'all? Your man Max Ray. Gonna hang out, play a little more Valorant. We're getting it in these few days here while we have time to, before we hop back into the music real soon. But so far it's been playing like a dream on this new PC. Let's get in a little practice range. Let's see if I can hit all 30. I actually got 27 earlier today when I don't think I streamed it. I think I got 26 on stream. 27 out of 30 headshots on these little bots. Ready. So let's see what we could do.
My ultimate is ready.
Let's see what we could do. Not quite set up right. Let's rearrange everything. I'm trying this wrist rest out. I don't know if that's helping or hurting. Might need to do away with the wrist rest, but we'll give it one more try. 21. I guess that's good. I mean, when I was first doing this, I was getting 10, maybe 15. I thought was good. So I'm happy with 21. Okay. Let's make sure the stream's working. I can't click on it on my phone for some reason. We will go to the YouTube's here. Yes, I don't need that. Thank you. All the sound working. All right, can't click on it on my phone for some reason. We will go to. I think I need to turn down the desktop audio a little more, and then in the game chat too. The people of my game chat. I don't need that. Thank you. Turn that off. Okay.
Meet DeAntword.
What up? Okay. We might watch that video later. So we are gonna go to the settings. We'll have to do it outside of the match. So we'll do one more. Let's get to a high. Let's beat at least 20. Let's try to get to 25. That'd be nice. If we can break the record or match it, 27. Let's just get all 30. Let's go. Press the wrong button. One more try. 22, I'll take it. Let's get this party started, folks. We are going to leave the match. Let's get our settings good here. So audio, the team chat is too loud. There we go. Voice chat. Incoming volume, I have it at half and it still seems that loud. Interesting. All right. Okay. All right, let's get a comp in here. Let's try to get to bronze 2. That would be nice. I'm gonna have to charge my phone. All right, cool. We're in. All right. In the meantime, well, let's start watching something. So this just came in here. Crash and Burn, the Kathleen Kennedy story. Let's see what it says. Now, I know a lot of people like the new Star Wars. A lot of people don't. I didn't like them. Yeah, I didn't like them. You know, they were okay, maybe passable. I think my favorites were actually the episode 1, 2, and 3, but I was also like a young teenager at that time, or maybe even a preteen, and it was just awesome. And then the whole coming of age story of Darth Vader, super cool. Probably episodes 2 and 3 were my favorite. So let's see what the Critical Drinker has to say about it.
Kathleen Kennedy. If ever there was a name synonymous with the destruction of pop culture franchises, the humiliation of beloved legacy characters, creative mismanagement, missed opportunities, and the unwelcome injection of the message into modern entertainment, it's this one woman. Yeah, other people have arguably committed worse crimes against cinema, but Kennedy did it first and did it biggest. And now that she's finally, officially, definitively stepped down as president of Lucasfilm, to the relief of literally dozens of Star Wars fans that are still invested, and beginning her extended walk into the wilderness of retirement, it seems like the right time to make what I hope will be my last ever video on this subject. Because if anyone deserves a crash and burn, it's her. Not so much because she nuked her own career and torched her own legacy, we'll get to that in due course though.
Yes, yes.
But because she managed to burn down literally everything around her, leaving a trail of devastated IPs in her wake, while somehow holding on to power as head of one of the biggest studios in the business.
Okay, so basically what he's saying is she tried to wokeify Star Wars and that hurt it. Can't really argue with that.
Perhaps the greatest example of failing upwards that Hollywood's ever seen, and
It is astounding how people are able to
Match found.
fail upwards so often in our society. The people that seem to do terrible somehow get into these positions of power and just... It's wild. Like, even with the Native Instrument stuff that just happened, like, that was a huge, successful company. How did they just... How did they go insolvent? Like, everybody knows Native Instruments. Everybody, like, loved Native Instruments. The Complete Collection. Isotope's a great company that a lot of people like. Everybody loved Plug-in Alliance, which was another company that Native Instruments bought. So how did they run it into the ground in just a few short years? It's odd, but it makes sense why they were dragging their feet on machine updates, and just seemed like they kind of abandoned it, and that's why they just, I guess they couldn't just structure properly, and they bit off more than they could chew. I mean, who knows? Maybe we'll never know. Maybe we will, though. It'd be cool if some insider information came out.
Believe me, it's seen a lot. So grab your bargain bin Rey Skywalker action figure and let's embark on Crash and Burn, the Kathleen Kennedy story. Kennedy was born in 1953 in Berkeley, California, one of 3 daughters of Donald Kennedy, a judge, and Dionne Marie, a part-time theater actress. After majoring in telecommunications and film studies at university, she soon found work at a local TV station in San Diego as a camera operator, floor manager, and eventually a production coordinator. It was clear though that if she wanted to progress in the business, she'd have to move to LA, which she did in 1978, and soon landed her first job as a production assistant to John Milius, who at the time was overseeing Steven Spielberg's troubled comedy movie 1941. Basically, her job was to take notes, run errands, and make coffee. 3 things that she was spectacularly bad at.
Okay, just a little history lesson on her. I didn't know any of that, nor did I care to know any of that.
I remember Kathy came into the room with her steno pad and her pencil, and she was horrible at taking notes, and she was terrible, and she didn't really know how to do it very well. But what she did know how to do was interrupt somebody in mid-sentence. We'd be pitching ideas back and forth, and Kathy, who's supposed to be writing these ideas down, suddenly put her pencil down and would say something like, and what if he didn't get the girl, but instead he got the dog?
So how does somebody like that get anywhere in life? Oh my gosh, I can't wait to see what the rest of that story is. Okay, aiming for the head.
Spike planted. Here. One enemy remaining.
That was scary.
Run, run, run! Dude! Why do you sit on the acid?
Wait, I can explain myself.
I got things to do.
I even told you to run. Why does it burn?
Let's make some chaos.
If you are mid. They're mid, watch out.
Spike down B.
Nice. Think they're going A.
Spike planted. One enemy remaining. Last player standing.
Impressive wiring.
Shucks. Almost got there. Alright, tell us about Kathleen.
Right.
Spielberg, though, for whatever reason, took a liking to her and hired her as his personal assistant for Raiders of the Lost Ark. Now,
Okay. Spielberg had a little thing for her, maybe? Little crush? Possibly?
She might have been shit at taking notes, but to her credit, she was organized, diligent, and efficient, able to solve problems and mediate disagreements. She soon rose.
I need to go downstairs on that. Alright, what did he just say?
Through the ranks to Spielberg, though, for whatever reason, took a liking to her and hired her as his personal assistant for Raiders of the Lost Ark. Now, she might have been shit at taking notes, but to her credit, she was organized, diligent, and efficient, able to solve problems and mediate disagreements. She soon rose through the ranks to become an associate producer on Poltergeist, and finally a full-on producer for E.T. in 19...
Poltergeist. A lot of questionable things supposedly happened on the Poltergeist set.
1982. Not bad for a 29-year-old. The pattern for a career...
A lot of conspiracy theories about abuse and wrongful deaths and actual crazy stuff going on. Look into it.
Was now set, and she would act as producer for nearly all of Spielberg's movies for the next 30 years. She wasn't what you would call a creative person because she didn't really need to be. Her job was to facilitate other people's creative visions, organize logistics, overcome all the problems and hurdles that cropped up along the way.
That's
it
cool,
might not
that's
have been
respectable.
sexy or exciting work, it wasn't the sort of thing the general public ever got to see, but it was important and it won her a lot of respect in the industry.
Yeah, that is a valid, worthy job, and yeah, it's not the most glamorous, but those people are absolutely needed in the creative arts. People that get things done, that have the logistical mind, that make things happen. Okay, so that I can respect her for that, and she must have been doing great. If she was there for Jurassic Park and helped make that masterpiece, she has to have some talent, so okay, we'll give her that.
You should run.
She was a project manager, basically, and to be fair, she was good at it. Her work on the Indiana Jones movies also brought her into the orbit of two other men who would turn out to be cornerstones of her career, George Lucas and Frank Marshall. In the case of the first man, they became close colleagues and friends and stayed that way for decades. Maybe not so much today, though. And in the case of the latter, they were married by 1987. As you...
Okay.
Like I never left.
Spike planted. Last player standing.
You can probably imagine having close personal relationships with three of the most powerful and respected men in the business did wonders for her career, and by the mid-90s she was regarded as one of the most influential producers in the industry. She even co-founded Amblin Entertainment with Spielberg and the Kennedy Marshall production company with her husbands. All
Okay,
good
cool,
stuff,
good for her.
and if she continued on this course of producing and overseeing individual movies, she probably would have had a stellar career and retired as the single most successful female producer ever. As it
All right, so the rise. We have the story of the rise. But now we need to see the hubris and the fall. All right, let's try to kill somebody. Like, going on? It's like not having any luck.
Face your fear!
Turned out, though, fate had other plans for Kathleen Kennedy. Remember George Lucas, the befriended back in the 1980s? Well, by 2012, he was getting old and burned out after making the Star Wars prequels and Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. Disney were offering to buy up Lucasfilm from him, and he was very much tempted by the offer, but what he really needed was a safe pair of hands to leave the company in. And from his point of view, Kennedy seemed like the perfect choice. He knew her personally, he trusted her, and when it came to experience, there was nobody who could rival her. So, in late 2012, the deal was done. Disney bought over Lucasfilm, and Kathleen Kennedy was installed as president of the company.
What movie is that from? Is that Pig? I don't know what this is from, but that's a disturbing image.
A move that few
I
people
don't need
took
to see
issue
that.
with at the time. That, however, would soon change. Things started out well, at least. J.J. Abrams
We won something. Okay. Try this again. They say insanity is trying the same thing over and over, but I disagree. Because sometimes you can make it work. Pop your stupid little head here, Kari Cat. I'm taking you out this time. Come on.
Just fun. My turn. Out of charges.
Did they just rotate to A?
Welcome to my world.
They're planting A.
Spike planted. Last player standing. Remaining.
My ult ready.
Ugh, almost.
arguably the safest pair of hands in the business at the time, delivered a massive box office hit with The Force Awakens, the first movie in a new Star Wars trilogy. Yeah, it was just a glorified nostalgia trip and a thinly disguised rehash of A New Hope, but who cares? Star Wars was back, baby, and it was bigger than ever.
I like that little robot, like that little new R2-D2 that rolls around. That was kind of cool. Guess I'm saving money this round. Come on! She's so fast. She just instant headshot. Just can't do anything about it.
Following year, Rogue One proved that Star Wars could release spin-offs and prequels to the main story that were still financially viable, allowing
No, I need to see Rogue One. That's the only one I haven't seen, and I've heard good things about it, so I won't judge Rogue One.
them to potentially kickstart an entire cinematic universe just like the MCU. Unfortunately, the good times weren't to last. See, going from producer on specific film projects where you have very clearly defined tasks
Can we do it? I think we got it. Nice. Human after all. We do not have any talkers once again. great to have some communication going on.
Objectives and responsibilities to head of an entire studio that was centered around one man's creative vision is a pretty big leap that demands a whole new set of skills.
Okay. Ballsy KO.
Spike planted.
I just can't hit a thing.
Skills that Kathleen Kennedy absolutely didn't have. What she needed was a strong creative vision for where
this
she
is
wanted
cool
to take
imagery.
the franchise and how she was going to get it there.
Good
She needed to
cinematography.
plan and map out release schedules for multiple films with directors and writers that were actually suited to the projects in hand. She needed to keep people on track, monitor progress, and juggle multiple projects at the same time. She needed to be a leader now, not a facilitator. And
Interesting. A leader, not a facilitator. Okay. I mean, a facilitator is a kind of leader, but they can always point back to the person in power. You know, it's kind of easier to be a facilitator when you say, hey, this person, the boss wants this done, the boss wants that done, rather than I want this done, I want that done, and then all those decisions are coming from you, as opposed to the person with the vision. I could tell just by the way they looked at me, they wanted me to walk and be quiet with their
Spike
footsteps.
planted. Last player standing.
Having a rough go here. Oh god, this again?
this is where it all started to go wrong. Kennedy had hired up-and-coming director Rian Johnson to write and direct The Last Jedi, the second movie in the sequel trilogy. Unlike JJ though, who was all about nostalgia and fan service, Rian was determined to shake things up and subvert fan expectations, not live up to them. And
Why would you want to subvert fans? That doesn't sound like a good thing. I mean, maybe it is
blow
sometimes.
something up.
Sometimes you need to change things up. There be. Oof, I am just playing terribly.
boy did he ever, throwing out JJ's proposed ideas for the sequel, killing off most of his plot threads, and completely going into business for himself. Now, George Lucas probably would have stepped in at this point and told him he was being a fucking idiot, but the lack of a strong overarching plan for the
Sorry about the
sequels,
swearing.
combined with Kennedy's attitude of, just let them get on with it, ultimately doomed the movie. TLJ turned out proposed ideas for the sequel, killing off most of his plot threads, and completely going into business for himself.
We lose it anyway.
Okay. So he just wanted to change everything up.
Let's flush them out.
sides.
Race it to the spike site.
Okay.
Off. Now, George Lucas probably would have stepped in at this point and told him he was being a fucking idiot, but the lack of a strong overarching plan for the sequels, combined with Kennedy's attitude of just let them get on with it, ultimately doomed the movie. TLJ turned out to be the most divisive Star Wars film of all time.
TLJ. The Last Jedi.
Here.
Are we taking or staying? Are we rotating? What are we doing? Let's rotate, yeah.
Seconds left. Enemy remaining.
Mid.
They were
Nice
not
shot, Sage.
Oh, surrounded by minha família.
Nice, we're in Vandal Land.
Completely splitting the fan base into warring factions and bringing in barely half of what Force Awakens had made. Worse, it introduced
So The Last Jedi was the second movie. See, I didn't even like the first movie, just with the whole, like... I didn't like how Kylo Ren was, like, training in the Jedi or Sith arts his whole life to become this powerful warrior. And then Rey...
Let's rotate.
And then Rey, it's like her first day on the job, and she just smokes him in a fight. Like she's never fought before. She didn't go to the forest and train with Yoda for months and like do the thing that Luke Skywalker did with the little machine that's shooting lasers, and he's wearing a blindfold. Like there's no training like that I recall. And she just kicked Kylo Ren's butt immediately. It just was unbelievable, and it's like, what's the point? There's no struggle there. So, that's what I remember from that movie. And then, The Last Jedi.
What must
Let's see what he has to say about that one.
identity and gender politics into Star Wars in a way that had never existed before. And believe me, this was intentional. One of Kennedy's goals with Star Wars was to increase female representation on screen, in the belief that not only would the franchise retain the
This person spoke over it, so I couldn't really hear what he said. We're gonna figure that again.
Last player standing.
that Kari person's really good. Kari Cat.
The inbuilt male audience, and this was intentional. One of Kennedy's goals with Star Wars was to increase female representation on screen, in the belief that not only would the franchise retain the inbuilt male audience, they'd also attract a brand new female audience that had been put off until now.
If that's true, it's just annoying. What they should focus on is making the best movie possible. And if it happens to have a lot of girls in it, that's cool. There's nothing wrong with that. But to, like, artificially do it, that's when you start running into problems.
Modern audience, you might say. The devil, though, is in the detail, and no idea can survive bad execution. Suddenly, people were hyper-aware of overpowered, overbearing girl boss characters like Rey, Holdo, and Rose Tico, and they didn't like them. Kennedy's decision to take part in the Force's female campaign for Nike in 2017, combined with her obvious feminist sensibilities, instantly put her in the firing line. For most detractors of the sequel trilogy, she became the big bad of Star Wars, an unqualified diversity hire promoted to a job she didn't earn, presiding over a franchise she didn't build, and killing everyone's fun by populating it with annoying, unlikable self-insert power fantasies.
Oh,
Solo.
God. He's good. The critical drinker, huh? He's pretty good. Kind of says it all. I don't know how you hit that shot.
I hate to say it, but probably best to play as a team.
All right.
The next spin-off movie in the Star Wars cinematic universe bombed in spectacular fashion, partly driven by the ongoing backlash against TLJ. There would be no more spin-off movies after that. The great Rian Johnson experiment of fantasies. Solo, the next spin-off movie in the Star Wars.
Solo. Yeah, I totally forgot about Solo. I didn't see that either. What did my nade? Did my nade not kill them? I threw a nade in there. What happened to the nade? I didn't even hurt that person? I just hurt my friend? What is going on? That was terrible. I thought the nade would stay in that building, but instead it went in that little room, and that was crazy. Okay, well, whatever.
Wars cinematic universe bombed in spectacular fashion, partly driven by the ongoing backlash against TLJ. There would be no more spin-off movies after that. The great Rian Johnson experiment had failed. The Star Wars cinematic universe was stalled, and now they needed to get back to safer territory for the final movie. J.J. Abrams was coaxed back to tell a story he didn't really want to tell, desperately trying to undo the damage done by TLJ, only to produce an absolute Frankenstein's monster of a film in Rise of Skywalker. Review.
Ugh. And then that was another terrible thing. I think it was the third movie. You know, the red sand was cool. The red under the white, that was cool. But like Luke Skywalker, like maybe the most beloved or one of the most beloved characters in the whole franchise, instead of having him do some cool badass fighting or some like really cool force moves or, you know, anything really, don't they just have him sitting there and meditate to death? He just like meditates into nothingness. He's like, no, I'm not gonna fight. I'm just gonna meditate into thin air. Why? What? Why did they do that?
Welcome to my world.
Vandal too. We can upgrade a little bit. We're not out of this, but I don't feel great about this game. But we'll see what we can do. Nice job, team. I didn't even have to do anything.
She's coming from flank. On flank, on flank.
That's good. May they be broke. They still got plenty of money.
Reviews were terrible, the fans were disgusted, and the film barely cleared $1 billion at the global box office. A far cry.
I don't know though, clearing $1 billion? That's... I mean, it sounds good to me. I guess what was Star Wars doing before that? Multiple billions? Is $1 billion a not successful movie? Come on! Can't catch a break. Oh, bringing me back. Nice. Okay, get my headshots off.
Like I never left.
One enemy remaining.
Yeah.
Gotcha, fun. My turn.
Remaining.
But I'm dead. Doesn't matter. That was a good dub. I got plenty of money to burn.
You know, from a friend.
I have ult. We can push in. Yeah, that's a good idea. Let's do it.
Yeah,
Let's
guys. Let's do it.
You're 9 and 16, buddy.
Match point.
Homie thinks I was making fun of him, but I wasn't. I was just having fun with the high voice.
cry from the success of The Force Awakens. With the movie business in tatters, Kennedy and Lucasfilm retreated to TV, where they scored a surprise hit with The Mandalorian.
Now, Mandalorian was good, at least. I think I watched the first 2 seasons. I don't know if I finished it. And it was super cool on The Mandalorian when they had Luke Skywalker, young Luke Skywalker, come and slice up that ship. It was really dope. Like, that's what fans like. Dope lightsaber fights with Luke Skywalker. Where did she come from? Why is she in our spawn? Gee. Terrible. Alright, let's finish this video.
Mostly because it had Jon Favreau at the helm. The success wasn't to last though,
Jon
and failures
Favreau
like
seems to be
Boba Fett
decent.
and Obi-Wan Kenobi failed to capitalize on its success. Lucasfilm by this point was rapidly descending into chaos. New Star
Obi-Wan Kenobi was decent. I didn't watch Boba
Star
Fett.
Wars projects were announced to huge fanfare, only to go nowhere and quietly fizzle out without explanation. By now, Kennedy was raiding the cupboards at Lucasfilm, descending into chaos. New Star Wars projects were announced to huge fanfare, only to go nowhere and quietly fizzle out without explanation. By now, Kennedy was raiding the cupboards at Lucasfilm in search of anything she could use to prop the company up. Willow, a 1980s fantasy movie, was brought back in a baffling TV show about a pair of lesbians so disastrously awful that Disney ended up scrubbing it from their servers and memory holing it. To this day, there's no
Never
legal
heard of
way
it.
to view it online. Indiana Jones was defrosted for one last adventure, mostly in the hopes of replacing him with a younger female alternative.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him.
It didn't work, and despite massively expensive reshoots to try to fix it, the movie flopped at the box office. The biggest humiliation for Kennedy was yet to come, though. The Acolyte, a show that will live in Star Wars infamy as long as Hollywood exists.
The Acolyte. I did not watch that, but let's see why it was so bad. I think I saw, like, maybe an episode.
A pair of strong, diverse female leads, lesbian.
I was cat sitting, and I didn't know what to watch, and I watched about 30 or 40 minutes of The Acolyte. It actually wasn't terrible. Like, I remember there was, like, a cool fight. So, like, some bounty hunter or something, and they had a fight in, like, some abandoned,
space
deserted
witchy
temple or something.
Weak men getting humiliated. It was all there, and it was all lesbian space witches, weak men getting humiliated. It was all there, and it was all terrible. And in a way, it represents the final form of Kennedy's vision for Star Wars, and it was utterly eviscerated by everyone. The backlash was so bad that even Disney had to step in and promise not to make any more. Now,
He is so funny, this guy.
if you're spotting a theme here of Kennedy resurrecting old IPs and using them as a launchpad for diverse new girl boss replacements, then believe me, you're not alone.
Put a chick in it, make her gay!
She'd get
Oh my gosh. Ah. What's the saying? Is it get woke, go broke? Is that real? Is that what he's proving here?
gambled some of the biggest franchises in Hollywood history on the modern audience, and wow, did she lose big. To paraphrase Chris Gore, she took boy brands that everyone could enjoy and turned them into girl brands that nobody enjoyed. Men
Wow. Oof, that's harsh. And looking to be true.
felt excluded and disrespected, and women felt patronized and pandered to. The modern audience had failed to show up, and the existing audience was abandoning ship. Kennedy's greatest gamble had failed, and inevitably it all finally caught up with her. For years there had been rumors of her retirement, false starts and conspiracy theories, but one thing was obvious: Kennedy wasn't going anywhere until she was damn well good and ready. And on January 15th, the day finally came. Kathleen Kennedy was stepping down as president of Lucasfilm.
Wow.
You might have expected joyous celebrations at news like this, but the reaction was more like an exhausted acknowledgement from the fans. After all, what was really left to celebrate at this point? She was gone, sure, but she left behind her a studio in absolute shambles, all of its IPs drained of their goodwill and cultural reputation. There was nothing left to save from her because she'd nuked all of it. And
Wow. He's going hard. Just a hater. Just a hater. Let's try to kill these guys.
now that the dust is settled and all is said and done, how will posterity judge Kathleen Kennedy? Will she be remembered as one of the greatest producers in Hollywood history, or the woman who oversaw the biggest act of brand destruction the industry's ever seen?
Yeah, I mean, she did good at what she did, making things happen, being a producer, bringing to life the vision of others, but when you try to go woke, clearly it goes rogue.
Certainly do our best to rewrite the narrative in her favor, that's for sure, like the lengthy interview with Deadline where she focused entirely on her successes and dismissed her failures and mistakes as someone else's fault. Mostly the small but vocal minority of toxic Star Wars fans who just couldn't see her brilliance.
Okay, we gotta beat these guys because I gotta show them for talking smack. No hope.
Really?
Yeah, sure, whatever helps you sleep at night, Kathy. You know, for someone who's all about breaking barriers and challenging female stereotypes, she's not exactly dispelling the myth that women are more averse to accountability, self-reflection, and owning their mistakes than Movie Bob is to a treadmill. Times have changed now, and paid shills and industry trades don't write the narrative on Hollywood legacies anymore. The internet does. And unfortunately for Kathleen Kennedy, the internet never forgets. Anyway, that's all I've got for today. Go away now.
Go away now.
When Reyna gets started, it's hard to stop her. I try to avoid that to keep out of pressure.
Nobody talking. Nobody's really talking. Now I have the spike. Why would I have the spike?
Spike's there.
We're going C. So when you get shot, it like lifts your gun up, huh?
One enemy remaining.
Could have had that close.
No more.
Nice.
They stumble. Now is our chance.
Yeah, I wonder where Star Wars goes from here.
No peeking. I got it. Enemy spotted C.
One enemy remaining.
Healing enemy. They have seen our power.
I reckon I'll take a kick after this. I've earned it.
Gun here. Just let loose.
Where are we going? Hey.
Spike down A. Last player standing.
You must then fall near me.
Why are you trying to give me the spike? I'm like a duelist.
Take them one by one.
Oh, are we gonna watch this? End of the most evil couple in music. Well, I know if I'm gonna listen to it, it's gonna block it in every country. Copyright. Maybe we'll do a Gemini summary of it and read through
Spike
it.
down B. Remaining.
Nice. Ah, unfortunate. Unfortunate.
Let them play.
last stand.
Okay.
Oh, cool. Whoa.
Time to stock
cool.
back up.
Shall we try C?
We could. 3 of them are broke. We have the gun advantage.
Alright, the end of the most evil couple in music. This is about the group Deantword.
I hope this one's exciting.
Ninja and Yolandi Visser.
You should run.
Let's avoid the killjoy. Why are you going to the killjoy, Sage?
Spike down.
We could easily this way.
Maybe we... Oh, we can't rotate. Well, we could go around. I'm gonna go around. Of course. Waiting for me.
I thought we were gonna try the thing.
Don't sit down. Not done yet.
Man, I don't know if I want to read it because they're such a visual musical group that it's like really important to see them. But at the same time, I don't want the music to like have copyright problems occur.
Enemy spotted A.
So maybe we'll watch something else.
Rotate,
I don't want to
rotate.
hear the
Everyone
music.
there.
They didn't just make music, they were chaotic. They
Right.
were punk, they were art, they were
Yeah.
dangerous.
BNC,
Yeah.
Ninja with his face tattoos and cult leader energy. From viral music videos
Go see.
Dropping a smoke.
to festival headlines, Deantword built an empire on shock value. They flaunted
did.
taboo. They blurred the line between performance and real life until nobody could tell where the act stopped and the truth began.
Yeah. Straight up.
First. Thin out their numbers.
I remember when they first came out, I was blown away. I saw Zeph's side, I was like, oh man, this shit's fire, bro. DJ Hightech has his PC computer and he makes fire beats. So good.
Oh shite, I lost my pet rock. Enemy spotted A. Reloading.
Phoenix B side. We're not having. C is technically.
Last player standing. Spike down. One enemy remaining.
Don't mess with this Bayana.
They say we'll go after this, right? I'll buy.
I got the spike.
Fans worshipped them for it. The free
They were a spectacle to behold, no doubt. Nice.
Last round before the switch.
We cannot keep our goods after this. Spend all. Reloading.
kids who broke every rule. But here's the thing about building your fame on being untouchable and unapologetic.
Yeah, it's just not the same reading about Die Antwoord without seeing their visuals. It's just, you can't really do it. Shucks.
The moment your masks and edgy art were kids, rules, and a mountain of rumors no one wanted to believe. When the cameras stopped rolling, the same people who looked like rebels on stage looked more like predators at home. The same pair who preached freedom were accused of taking it away from the most vulnerable. So how did Die Antwoord go from underground icons to facing allegations of child exploitation and twisted control?
Yeah.
In this video, we're going deep into the rise and fall of Die Antwoord, from I Think You're Freaky to voodoo rituals, leaked videos,
Why did he do that? I never saw that before. Okay, so he spit in his face. Is he saying nice to see you? Interesting diss. A few of them are A. Long side.
I can see.
stolen child.
I need to know if spitting in somebody's face is considered assault. So if they spit in your face and you knock them out with a punch, is that self-defense? I'd like to know.
Childhoods and the cult of personality that protected them for
Write it
years.
in the comments.
This is the story of what happens when your whole image is about having no rules until the world sees what you really did when no one was watching. Die Antwoord is a South African music duo made up of Ninja, whose real name is Watkin Tudor Jones.
Watkin Tudor Jones? No, I had no idea. They're going mid to C.
Henri Dutoit, who is known more commonly as name is Watkin Tudor Jones, and Henri Dutoit, who is
Henri Dutoit. Really? weird names. Honoré Dutoit.
Known more commonly as Yolandi Visser. They started the group in Cape Town back in 2008, mixing loud hip-hop with hard electronic beats to create what they call rap rave. While D'Antwoord became the project that launched them into worldwide fame, Ninja and Yolandi each came from very different beginnings before they joined forces. Ninja spent his early years bouncing through South Africa's underground music scene.
Okay, we can do this. I really wish I killed Flank Ocean right there. I need to get that calm aim.
Hey.
Say something? Sorry, they're still ringing.
And they're all there.
Spike planted. Last player standing.
Side of this gig, immortality is day-to-day benefits as you think.
What's the temperature in here? It's getting hot.
Spike planted. Ready.
Talk about hiding in a corner.
My
Clear for retake.
Spike planted. You fall away. Reloading. Opponent killed. Reloading. Player standing. Last player standing.
Hot in here.
He started rapping at just 14, performing in Johannesburg clubs where he stood out for his strange stage presence.
Someone watch A. Someone watch. C.
Spike down.
No need to push.
Crossfire. Just like. Use fight.
Clove. This guy is literally on the spike. Just hold it.
Nice.
We didn't need to push over there.
Point, check. Charges, check. Break. No order in sight. Can someone get this?
I mean, that was pretty stupid. No, I wasn't talking about you. The other two rushing in.
Where they at?
They're all A.
Hey. Alright.
Refreshing.
Reloading.
Drop in a scoop.
Thirty
Come on, we
seconds
can do
left.
this.
Ten seconds left. Spike planted.
That KO is really good. Really good. I don't know. Probably not gonna win this. just save, I guess. Coming A. Probably rotating.
Spike planted. Enemy remaining.
Reloading.
Nice play.
Go out and get it. It's
Look at
yours.
him.
Claim it.
14-year-old ninja.
Indestructible MC, steady rocket to the beat. 100%.
He jumped between different ideas, trying to find his place in music. He fronted a group called Max Normal, where he mixed hip-hop with a strange corporate twist.
Max Normal, that's hilarious.
You should run. Spike down mid. Last player standing. Spike planted.
Dropping a smoke.
Nice try.
Yeah, good try.
Match point.
Alright, lucky socks. Don't fail me now.
Tough game. So I had Flank Ocean on my team last time, but the other team had like a god level Smurf. It was even better than him.
Down C.
Happy to get 2 of them. Nice.
Spike down. Attacker spawn.
Back like I never left.
Wow. You're going A. Planting A.
Spike planted.
Nice one.
One more.
Nice try, mate.
Last player standing.
Oh shit. It's close.
Oh, my bad.
Nice try. Hey. That was a close game. Close. Let's see what type of people I'm playing with here. Iron 3s. Yeah, he's smurfing for sure. Okay. And then what about the game before? I did really bad these games. But I'm trying to get better. Yeah, I'm still kind of on the lower end of these matches anyways. It's not going to be easy to get out of bronze. Even bronze is hard, but I don't know. People are crazy. I don't even understand how you could possibly be a Radiant. It's insane. All right, back to D'Antwoord.
Stark contrast to his eventual chaotic image with D'Antwoord. He also formed the horror-inspired Constructus Corporation, blending music with graphic storytelling. Each project added another piece to his style, pushing him closer to the raw, outrageous energy he would unleash with D'Antwoord. Yolandi Visser took a different path. She grew up in Pretoria and first studied fine art.
Cute.
She moved to Cape Town as a young adult and worked as a waitress while moving around the city's small art and punk circles. She met Jones outside a club and he invited her to record vocals for one of his tracks. From there, he taught her how to rap, and that chance moment turned into a creative and personal...
Good move, dude, teaching her how to rap. I guess I can go healer.
partnership. By 2006, they had a daughter together named 16. Before they put on the wild outfits and turned themselves into internet legends, they spent years experimenting. They played with strange ideas, built odd stage characters, and learned what made people stop and look. Their whole image is based on South Africa's Zef counterculture, which takes what some see as cheap or trashy style and wears it like a badge of pride. For D'Antwoord, Zef isn't just fashion, it's an attitude that says you don't care what anyone thinks, and you'll push it in their face if you have to.
They were a force to be reckoned with when they came out. It was wild. Okay. I'm glad they blurred it out.
D'Antwoord's music slams hip-hop together with hard-edged electronic beats, a mashup they've branded as rap rave. Their lyrics are loud, crude, and brag about sex and money, flipping between Afrikaans, English, and sometimes Xhosa. Many see it as part joke, part jab, mocking the music industry, gangsta rap cliches, and South Africa's messy racial lines.
All right, all right.
As crass as their music seems, over the years, D'Antwoord has gathered a huge following, with many referring to...
Yeah, they're gigantic. That's a gigantic band right there.
There be.
You just can't look away.
Heal, please. Heal, please.
One enemy remaining.
Nice.
Their style of music as different, a work of art, and many more praises. You would readily find comments like, "Hooray, welcome back."
But it's
art.
kind of low
And
energy
many more
and demonic.
praises.
I mean,
You would
says demon right there. I mean, doesn't take long to see the demonic stuff going on. So, is it surprising to people that a openly demonic band does demonic things in their private life? Is that a shocker?
They're hiding in corners. Be careful. He's right there.
Who got spike?
Spike down B.
Yo, mid. Why was no one watching mid?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yo, Sage, just line up your shot.
Yo, Sage, we're just not gonna talk about that, right?
I mean, it looked like I hit him. I don't know why I took so many shots.
After the 6th shot.
Alright, calm down. Let Cole play. Oh, you're right. Go, shoot him.
30 seconds left. Spike planted.
He's on your left, yep.
Nice try.
Ooh, that's right. That was almost very good.
That was the shittiest try in the world.
What the hell?
Yeah, I don't know why they're talking about my shots being off when that shot was
What did
like
you say,
a mile
gang?
off.
Nothing. No,
A
seriously,
lot of
like, what
crap
did you say?
talkers in this game.
Someone's watching mid, right?
Yes.
Good boy. Just kidding.
Yo, I'm gonna mute you, bro.
Let us take the lead here.
Mute him like the good
You
boy
play
you are.
Minion?
Sounds like these people play together.
Dude, just for that, I'm not dropping another single kill for the rest of the game.
Bro, nah, it was just a prank, I swear. Wallbang Sage real quick.
Oh, they're mid.
Holy fuck, they're mid.
really find
Bro,
comments like, "Hooray, welcome back. I believed and waited. I adore you." Or, "Nah, this is the next generation of music. I love it. Push the boundaries. Makes you uncomfortable."
Makes you
That is
uncomfortable.
the point.
That is
It
the
is
point of
true
true
art.
I would not
Their
agree
music
with that.
truly
There's
has
plenty of
drawn
art
many
that
into
doesn't make you feel
adoration of the duo.
uncomfortable.
But tagging
There's
along
music
with
that
the
makes you
fame
feel
are
comfortable
rumors and
and art that makes you
confessions that
feel
have uncomfortably
peace.
shown that there is a very bad and unadmirable side of DeAntword. From accusations of homophobia to confessions about how they mistreated their adopted kids, and even assaults against other people, Ninja and Yolandi have been in the spotlight for more than just their very distinct style of music.
Facts. They are characters for sure. I'm gonna get a drink.
Noise.
Once more into battle. I'm not tired. Are you?
Yo.
Spike planted.
So, why are we AFK, bro? Nice. Nice. He's on heaven. One defuse, one defuse.
He's not in heaven, you dumb fuck.
He must have TP'd.
I'm gonna touch you, bro.
Alright, we all got out, bruh. There's no way we lose this.
I'm literally gonna touch you.
I think I need to mute these people. Too risque, not positive, talking crap. Muty tooty.
In no particular order, we're going to take a deep dive into the dark world of Ninja and Yolandi.
Oh, I can't wait. You can't look away, I'll give him that. You really can't look away. Where did that person come from? I did not even see them dig at all.
You might need to brace up, as some of these stories may leave you gobsmacked. Because when it comes to boundaries, the duo seem to not know what that means. In 2019, Gianni released an album titled The Line. One song, however, stood out like a sore thumb. The title, The Question. The song was a straight-to-the-point confrontation of Ninja and Yolandi for evils that she claimed had been carried out against her. At the beginning of the video, there was a direct message for D'Antwoord. I didn't want to do this, but because you publicly lied to your million followers about me, tried to get me removed from Instagram, and then issued me a cease and desist through your lawyer to take down the song, you have forced my hand. I gave you a chance to come clean and apologize for the I guess I was right. The question was finally asked and you choked. Apparently, before the release of the song, Gianni had tried to get closure from Ninja regarding the events that transpired between them, and her not-so-memorable encounter with the group. But she was met with nonchalance and a lot of disrespect. So she spoke out the one way she knew how best to, through music. What stood out in the videography of this particular track was its unconventional nature. Instead of backup dancers,
were they just friends, I guess?
Or
fight us.
Go Ninja, go! Lucky. I swear, some games I just hit it, other games I don't. Come on. Last game I was terrible, and the game before that, and now I'm just winning. Like, I feel like I'm doing the same things. I don't know. You tell me. And it ain't over yet. You got a match to fight here. We're up by little.
We go.
Joke's over! You're dead!
Extras on set, it was just Gianni and a whole lot of messages, receipts about her interactions with Ninja via
Oops.
anger being poured, receipts about her interactions with Ninja via text, and some of her own anger being poured out.
You say because I look like your daughter. See you disgusting pet.
First off,
She's coming hard.
let's backtrack a bit. What happened between D'Antwoord and Gianni that prompted the release of this song? Gianni's story begins like so many do.
Is that Adam 22? Yeah.
As a fan pulled into the orbit of her idols. At 19, she and her friends saw D'Antwoord as untouchable icons of rebellion, the strange, edgy band that gave misfits something raw to hold on to. They weren't just music in Australia back then, they were a marker of underground culture.
What kind of D'Antwoord fan were you coming up? Like, were you somebody who they were like the band for you for a period of time?
Okay. So.
Because I could see the influence. I'm not super educated about them, but I would assume that they were a pretty big influence.
Yeah, in Australia, man, 2013, they were like the hot shit. They were like the edgy shit. You know, they were
Definitely edgy.
My friends loved them.
Yeah, edgy and hot. That describes them pretty well.
We tend to dust. Fire planted. So what I mean?
I tried. I tried so hard and got so far. But in the end, I was replaced with a chick. That's cool. Little things that you never notice. Looking like B.
Spike down mid.
Kind of a weird, gross-looking vandal there. It's like blood blisters. What is that?
30 seconds left.
They're probably just hiding to save.
I love them. Like, they were like 2012, 2013 Manson. You know what I mean? Like that.
Okay.
Another
Pop culture in
what I've
Australia.
heard is
I
the
don't think
demonic
they're
artist.
as big in the States. I don't think they've ever been as big in the States as they have been in other places. Rap for teenage girls, you know? Like, the whole thing that they go for is to appeal and really, like, vibe with, like, young people. I haven't listened to anything that Diane Wood has made since Donkey Mug, the album.
Mm-hmm.
It's you and me.
Jeez.
Spike down A.
Gotta learn. I gotta learn.
Last player standing.
That they worked on when I was in the mix.
So what age were you when you got interested in them?
The Antwoord may not have
She's
been
cool
so
looking,
big in
too.
the US, but they had a good following in
looks
Australia.
hella cool.
There's this saying or warning that
There's
you
the
should never
thruster.
meet your idols in person, probably because they may turn out to be way different from what you ever imagined. Well, for Gianni, that became her reality. Admiration crossed into something darker when Yolandi reached out to her directly.
So you
cool with that mask on. It's crazy. I'll take B up top. I think they're B.
Target down.
Damn it.
I'm a Diane Wood fan, and then how do you actually start communicating with the band?
Yolandi hit me up on Instagram. I put all this shit in my like receipt song that I put out on YouTube, The Question. Basically, if you ask these strange cunts, they'll tell you that I just like slid into Ninja's DMs and started like sending him booby pics. But that isn't the case. And you
Well, we're gonna have to see the screenshots.
Didn't tell lies, kids, and this is why. So Yolandi, it was before DMs existed, and she like messaged me, and I remember being like, "What the like?" She's like a pop culture queen.
I shouldn't run into somebody with a frenzy.
Spike down.
Oh, bueno.
Why is she messaging my dumbass from Brisbane, Australia? You know, like I had never met a celebrity before. I'd not hung out with any like, even like relevant artists in the Australian music scene or anything like that. It was like a different world. And
It would be useful to state that this interview happened after she released the song and D'Antwoord had also responded to it. Apparently, while trying to clear...
Okay. What do I buy? I guess nothing. I'll save. Try to out pistol somebody with an automatic rifle. Nice try.
For the air, Ninja had stated that Gianni reached out to him first on Instagram, but she clearly states that it wasn't the case, and with good reason. DMs did not exist as at the time communication started between them, and she also has the evidence to show. Yolandi initiated contact with her after Ninja showed her Gianni's Tumblr.
Yep, your style is on point. Tumblr blog. Get high. Okay. They're into the drugs and demonic shit. Dangerous mix. Terrible play. I was pressing the wrong button.
Not wanting to be the first to reach out, he delegated the responsibility to Yolandi for some reason. This wasn't a case of her chasing clout. For someone who had never met a celebrity before, it felt surreal.
I was like 19 or 20-year-old girl getting messaged by a person that you consider to be like ridiculously famous and influential.
hell yeah, dude. Like I was like, to put it in, I hate saying their safe names, but I'll do it just for like the point of this video. Ninja was like, you're not like a psycho fan, you're like a cool fan. I guess that was like his way of like stroking my ego and making me feel like...
There we go.
I have your back.
so wicked when it just shoots up and above.
Dude, so they asked for my email, Yolanda's like, we must talk, like, you're like, so cool. And like, within the first email that she
No charges.
Shoot, I don't have a wall.
No charges left. Your future is not over.
Joke's over! You're dead!
Enemy spotted B. Sage is down. My ult is ready.
Golden kill. One enemy remaining.
Nice.
Now we start a winning streak of our own,
she sends me, she's like, Ninja showed me your bloggy, like, it's so cool, but I'm in Australia next, I want to smoke with you, it's gonna be great. I'm just like, oh my god, like, Monster wants to come to Australia and smoke with me, like that's...
Eventually, after Yolandi had established contact, Ninja followed up. For a duo that rose
Spike down B.
Rotate.
to the top together, there is a subtle power dynamic here that just can't be missed. And it also plays out in another horrible event we'll get to in a bit. Ninja is the big boss, and Yolandi is the puppet that does her master's bidding.
He jumps on my inbox like a rat off a rope, and he's like, ooh, my little sister, she like...
Reloading.
mean, really, this person should do it.
Anyone need anything?
But whatever, take one for the team.
Through the storm, I fight.
Sent you some mail, like calling her his little sister.
He referred to Yolandi as his little sister, which is odd seeing that they had a daughter together. As much as
Because he wants to show how single he is, and he was interested in this woman as a love interest.
people get separated and relationships end, there really is nobody who would
She was very good looking, and he wanted to get really high with her.
refer to someone they once had a physical relationship with as their little sister or little brother. Honestly, that should have been all the red flags Gianni needed to see, but being starstruck is no easy thing to shake off. The contact turned into constant attention. Ninja didn't just message once or twice, he flooded her with messages every day, calling her his witch, his muse.
He was like emailing me like 5 or 6 times a day, like from day one. I looked into it, and it's called love bombing.
Yeah.
And I say Google that because
For someone who used his partner to initiate contact,
Let's make them dance.
Ninja started showing his true intent too fast and, honestly, with a disturbing level of intensity. He knew his position in this budding relationship. He was the star, and she was the fan who was amazed at the fact that her music hero had contacted her. She admits the fact that she did not have the time to process all of it.
I felt like I was like knocked off my feet from like start to finish. Like I never got a chance to like get perspective. All my friends around me were like young and dumb and fans as well. So everyone was just like, whoa! I didn't have any adults or anything in my life that were like, let's like take a step back and let's like have a talk about this, like what's going on. Everyone was just like,
yeah.
So I don't know, like. Everyone's so quick to judge.
Getting this one.
Like, ooh, the red flags, like that. But think about like your favorite band, you know, like, and imagine like that just out of obscurity, like they climb out of a toaster.
Go ninja, go. dub, one more dub. Let's go.
The wall, and they're like, "Hey Adam, hey 20-year-old Adam, I want to talk to you," and you're just like, it was like that, and it was intense, and I never got a second.
If only her internet was good. Could have been a good interview.
Together. Drop in a smoke.
Enemy spotted.
One enemy remaining.
Oh, we fought so hard and got so far. In the end, it didn't even matter. Easy. Okay, yeah, you beat us by like that was a fun game, but tired of losing. Done a lot of losing here. At least I'm positive in the KD. And I'm back into iron. Let's see. Alright, alright. She's just been losing so much. But it's just about having fun. That's really what the point of this is. But I think that'll be it for tonight. Thanks for hanging, guys.